Hello, algebra students, and welcome back to another video lesson with me, Mr. J. Today we are going to look at multiplying polynomials involving some special cases. So once again, we're just continuing on with multiplying polynomials. We're just going to look at some special, unique circumstances or ways that they might be written. Again, multiplying. If you can multiply a monomial by a monomial, you can do a lot of these multiplying polynomials. On this first screen, I'm very curious. Here's what we want to simplify. X plus 7, that quantity squared. Which of these three do you think is the correct simplified version? Is it A, x plus 49? Is it B, 7x squared? Or is it C, x squared plus 14x plus 49? All right, here's what we're going to do. Okay, here's what we are going to do. We are going to plug in the value of 1 for x. Let's say x equals 1. If I plug that in, I get 1 plus 7. And 1 plus 7 is 8. And 8 squared is 64. So we should get a 64 if we plug it in correctly. If we plug it in here, 1 plus 49. That gives us 50. So it wasn't A. If I plug in a 1 here, I get 7 times, just the 1 is squared, right? Only the x is squared. Or 7 times 1, which is 7. So it was not B. So we're going to check letter C, 1 squared, plus 14 times 1, plus 49. 1 squared is 1, plus the 14, that's 15. 15 plus our last 49 is indeed 64. So the correct way to have simplified would have given us C. Now you might be wondering, how in the world do we get C, x squared plus 14x plus 49 out of that? One of the things that you're going to have to remember in this special circumstance, this is called a perfect square, is that this squared element, not a z, but a squared, really means I have 2 of these parentheses. I have 2 of the x plus 7s. And if we can remember to write it out or look at it this way, we now hopefully learned from our previous lesson that there's 4 multiplications to do, and then we have some like terms to combine. So let's take a look at a more specific example and see if we can't apply this. We're going to try and simplify x minus 9 squared. How many multiplications do you think we're going to have in this problem? Well, let's remember that x minus 9 squared really is x minus 9 times x minus 9. And so we're going to have 4 multiplications. This x times that x is x squared. This x times negative 9 is negative 9x. This negative 9 times x is another negative 9x. And this negative 9 times negative 9 is a positive 81. Be careful with your positives and negatives. Now, hopefully you'll notice that I've got negative 9x that we can combine. Negative 9 with negative 9 is negative 18 of those x's, plus an 81. So again, we multiplied 4 times. And you could use a box method if you prefer using the box. Still going to give you a 2 by 2 box. X with negative 9, x with negative 9 on the top, and then it's still going to give you those same 4 results that we had listed here. All right, let's look at another one. What happens if we need to simplify 2x minus 5, that quantity squared? Take a moment and see what you get. Okay, so again, it's helpful if we look at that as 2x minus 5 times 2x minus 5, because we have 2 of those quantities. So we've got 4 multiplications here. 2x times the 2x. That's 4x squared. 2x times the negative 5. Negative 10x. Negative 5 times this 2x is another negative 10x. And negative 5 times negative 5 becomes positive 25. I don't have any other x squared, so that's going to come down. 4x squared minus 10x is minus 20x. Plus 25, we don't have anything else that doesn't have a variable, so we'll bring that down as well. And we obtain 4x squared minus 20x plus 25. So it's still practicing multiplying monomial by monomial to then combining like terms. Last example, all right? So now we've got x minus 10 times x plus 10. X minus 10 times x plus 10. So let's just set up a box for this one so that we can remember how to set up our boxes. We've got something here and here. Let's start with x minus 10. X and positive 10, and then we're going to do the cross section. So x times x is x squared. X times 10 is a positive 10x. Negative 10 times x is negative 10x. Negative 10 times positive 10 is negative 100. So if I list all of those out, x squared minus 10x plus 10x minus 100. X squared, there are no other x squareds, so we're going to bring that down. Negative 10x plus 10x. Ironically, negative 10 and 10 gives us a 0, and 0 times x, 0 times anything is 0, so we don't even have to write that. It canceled itself out, and we have left subtract 100. So in this special case, that middle term with just the x value canceled out. And this is called a difference of squares. So hopefully you've seen what these different problems might look like, how you might have to write it out twice to double distribute, multiplying 4 times, or again, creating your box if you wanted to create a box. If you have any questions about multiplying these polynomials, multiplying monomials, please make sure that you do indeed reach out. Otherwise, until next time, everyone, stay safe.